Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. As signed by His Majesty the Sultan, His Highness Sayyid Haytham bin Tariq Al Said shall attend works of the third symposium of Sultan Qaboos Scientific Chairs in Tokyo. Oman Oil Company obtains $1.8 billion as credit facilities. Oman Air announces to launch new domestic flights to Sohar Airport next month. And Board of Directors of Public Authority for Radio and Television views proposals of launching TV channel concerned with Omani heritage. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. As signed by His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, His Highness Sayyid Haytham bin Tariq Al Said, Minister of Heritage and Culture, shall attend works of the third symposium of Sultan Qaboos Scientific Chairs, which will be organized by Sultan Qaboos Higher Center for Culture and Science in cooperation with Tokyo University under the theme Water Resources Management for Sustainable Development, which will be held at Tokyo University in Japan during the period from 2nd to the 3rd of October. The symposium will come within the series of symposiums of Sultan Qaboos Scientific Chairs. The first was held at Sultan Qaboos University in Muscat in 2010, and the second was at the British Cambridge University in 2012. The water issue was selected as a main subject for the symposium for its vital importance for the world and the Middle East region in particular. Taking part in the symposium are professors, experts and researchers from various countries of the world, tackling the water issue from its importance and usages either in agriculture or drinking, in addition to rationalization and research methods and tapping points of view and ideas of preserving water. Sultan Qaboos Scientific Chairs are 16 in various universities of around the world, and every chair is different from others in its intellectual and scientific service aspects. Oman Oil Company, the investment arm of the Sultanate at the energy field, announced to obtain $1.8 billion from 16 local, regional and international banks as credit facilities that the company will invest them in its work in upcoming period. Bank Muscat contributed in this agreement with around $1 million. It is worth to be mentioned that Bank Muscat is still a partner in supporting economy sectors in the Sultanate. Oman Oil Company succeeded in finding investment opportunities for energy field inside and outside the Sultanate, in addition to accomplish a number of successful projects in energy and its related industry to earn a distinguished reputation at international and regional level. Oman Air has announced the launch of a number of domestic flights, most important of which a flight to Sohar Airport at the beginning of next month, besides other flights at Khasab in the summer of the coming year. More details in the following report read by Huda Al-Jahwariya.
A press conference was held by Oman Air in which it announced launching new destinations, increasing the number of its flights to a number of world countries, as well as raising the income resources and reducing the losses, in addition to choosing the best investment methods in the future. Oman Air also announced its new domestic flights to Sohar, Khasab and Duqm and discussed the importance of qualifying and training human resources. The conference further touched upon the contribution rendered by the national carrier in the gross domestic product, which amounts to 400 million Omani riyals annually, according to a specialized international study. Oman Air, in its new service stage, revealed that it will soon receive new Boeing and Airbus aircraft that will include new services in business class. It also witnessed a steady growth and played a main role in air traffic in the Middle East and in supporting commercial, industrial and touristic sectors in the Sultanate. Oman Air Chief Executive Officer.
We are going to have in the next 12 months 16 new aircraft. Those aircraft will be partly used to operate to new destinations like Jakarta and Manila, and next year as well Dhaka and Goa. But we are also going to use these aircraft to invest in additional frequencies, daily operations to Paris, double daily to London, and to increase as well to the sub-Indian continent and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So partly for new, partly for daily frequencies.
The Board of Directors of Public Authority for Radio and Television held its fourth meeting for the year 2014 today. During the meeting, the board got acquainted with works of a committee tasked to put up proposals related to launching the television channel concerned with Omani heritage. It also reviewed necessary technical, operative and programs requirements to launch the channel. The board stressed on the significance of this channel to preserve the Omani culture and identity. It also discussed some aspects related to development of Omani drama, as some steps were taken for the preparation of Omani drama seminar, which is to be held in the first quarter of next year. It also reviewed a number of topics related to work progress in various sectors of part. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Nasser Al-Harrasi, Chairman of Public Authority for Radio and Television. Still to come in our news bulletin. Purchasing, selling and beautifying camels are the highlights at the first Sohar Camel Beautification Festival. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. Ways of reserving information security at governmental institutions and methods of human resources management which are specialized in the field were highlighted aspects of the discussion session at Information Security Awareness Program for Governmental Institutions Awareness, which is organized by the Information Technology Authority, representative of National Center for Information Safety. The three-day workshop will review a number of aspects, namely social media and the mechanism of dealing with its accompanying security risk, in addition to get acquainted with instant messaging and comparing between its importance and its surrounded threats. Information Technology Authority SIC, through the inauguration of Information Security of Government Institution Awareness Program, which inaugurated 2012 to enhance the culture of information security, IT security risks and get acquainted with best practices to avoid risk on governmental institutions in order to ensure work continuity and limit losses associated with these risks, according to Oman Digital Strategy to shift to secure IT society. Board of Directors of Institute of Public Administration viewed during its today's meeting training plan for 2015, which will include 32 programs for higher and general management. It also viewed project of training of government sector employees who have direct dealing with owners of small and medium-sized enterprises. The board also acquainted with preparations to hold the 17th periodical meeting concerned with national experiences for developing administrative leadership in cooperation with Secretariat General of Gulf Cooperation Council. The meeting was presided over by His Excellency Sheikh Khalid bin Omar Al Marhoun, Minister of Civil Service and Chairman of the Board of Directors of the Institute. Strengthening information relations and experiences exchange were part of talks of His Excellency Dr. Abdul Munim bin Mansour Al-Ahsani, Minister of Information, when he met His Excellency Saeed Ali Mubarak, Minister of Information, Tourism, Culture and Sports of Zanzibar, who is currently on a visit to the Sultanate. Talks also covered Omani information policy. Developing sports experts and experiences exchange in various spheres, as well as benefiting from sports basic infrastructure, were focus of the talks of His Excellency Sheikh Saad bin Mohammed Al Saadi, Minister of Sports Affairs, with His Excellency the Minister of Information, Tourism, Culture and Sports of Zanzibar. They also discussed benefit of Omani Sports Federation and teams from their Zanzibari counterparts. The Royal Navy of Oman RNO held a ceremony to receive a Rasikh ship, which is part of Kharif project that meant to build 3 ships for RNO. The ceremony was presided over by Lieutenant General Ahmed bin Khalid Al Nabhani, Chief of Staff of Sultan Armed Forces. The ship is anchored at the Saeed bin Sultan Naval Base and was considered a great achievement for RNO. It is equipped with modern devices and technology and will be managed by a trained crew. The main task of a Rasikh is to defend the country, secure sea navigation, as well as perform rescue operations. The military pilgrimage mission of military and security apparatus left this morning for the Holy Land to perform pilgrimage rituals based on royal directives of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, Supreme Commander of Armed Forces, to send military pilgrimage missions. The mission was seen off on departure at Sib Airbase by Air Vice Marshal Matar bin Ali Al-Abidani, Commander of Royal Air Force of Oman. They left on board on a number of transport planes of Royal Air Force of Oman. Moral guidance at a staff command of Sultan's Armed Forces carried out coordination and preparation for this mission to provide all service necessary for pilgrims who are affiliated to the military and security services. The organizers of Sultan Qaboos Holy Quran competition continue their visits to various governorates of the Sultanate to test their memorizing the Holy Quran. Around 74 participants from the governorate of Dhahira attended the 24th round of the competition. It aimed to highlight the significance of memorizing and reciting the Holy Quran, as well as to motivate the society members, especially the youth, to continue participating in such events. Purchase, sell, beauty offers, and inside and outside participation were witnessed by First Sohar Camel Beauty Festival. The 2-day festival witnessed an active participation at the auction from exhibitors and those who look for authentic strains. The offer provided for one of the top ranks at beautification race valued at 25,000 Omani Riyals. The winning camel in each round were decorated by a blanket and painted by saffron. The Sohar Camel Festival was held under the auspices of His Excellency Dr. Khalifa bin Asif Al Jabri, member of a state council. A number of public arts bands and poets participated in the poetry night, which accompanied the festival. Muscat Securities Market MSM General Index today lost 1.20 point, comprising a decline by 0.02% to close at 7,457 points. The trading value today stood at 10.4 million Omani Riyals, comprising a rise by 112.2% compared to the last season, which stood at 4.9 million Omani Riyals. The report released by MSM pointed out that the market value fell by 0.01% to reach about 15.5 billion Omani Riyals. The report added that the value of shares bought by non-Omani investors reached 395,000 Omani Riyals, comprising 3.7%. The value of shares sold by non-Omani investors reached more than 6.67 million Omani Riyals, comprising 63.6%. The net non-Omani investment declined by 59.8% to more than 6.27 million Omani Riyals. Now for the general weather forecast. Around the Sultanate, partly cloudy skies will prevail over the coastal areas of the Governorate of Dhofar and nearby mountains with chances of intermittent drizzle. Rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies with chances of scattered rains over the Hajar Mountains and the nearby areas. Winds will be northeasterly light to moderate along the coastal areas of Sea of Oman, while it will be southerly to southeasterly light to moderate over the rest of the Sultanate. Seas along the coast of the Sea of Oman will be moderate to rough with a maximum wave height of 2.5 meters, and along the rest of the coast it will be slight to moderate with a maximum wave height of 1.5 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. As signed by His Majesty the Sultan, His Highness Sayyid Haytham bin Tariq Al Said shall attend works of the 3rd Symposium of Sultan Qaboos Scientific Chairs in Tokyo. Oman Oil Company obtains $1.8 billion as credit facilities. Oman Air announces to launch a new domestic flight to Sohar Airport next month. And Board of Directors of Public Authority for Radio and Television views proposals of launching TV channel concerned with Omani heritage. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the studio and the newsroom, it's good night.